Hi everyone, a very good evening. This is Dimple Dhalwani from Pune, and I am back today with my Diwali Fiesta edition, episode 9. Just waiting for Instagram to inform everyone that I'm live, and then we can take it ahead. Welcome everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am just gonna wait for some more people to join in, build an audience, and then tell you about today's episode because it's something that's very interesting. When I came across them, I found it really worthy enough because they are someone who actually works in giving back to society. And when I started this IGTV live during the lockdown, it was for supporting small business and for good causes, so that during this time people can actually use it to reach out to a wider audience. So I am going to be in conversation with Manjiri and Abhay of Maya Care. So we are going to go live with them. They are right now in UK. So I'm just going to wait for them to tune in, and then we can take this ahead. And I have to tell you a little bit more about them. They have been an NGO that works for senior citizens. They've been in this field for over 11 years, helped over 10,000 senior citizens, and they do some fabulous work for them, understanding that they are the senior citizens today don't really live with joint families, are more independent, and they actually go out of their way to reach out to them for any kind of support, get them back to relive their passions. And also during this lockdown, what they've actually done is, because everything had gone digital, they've made that effort to take trainings for these senior citizens to get them to become digital friendly and be a part of the digital world, so that they can get connected to their family, to their friends, to be entertained online. And I am just waiting for them to join us in. Before that, I'd like to thank all of y'all for being such a great audience and being so supportive of all my IGTV lives, and the great comments you'll give me before, after, some of the great what I feel like criticisms that also come my way. I think that's also important because I get to better myself. So I'm just going to wait for Abhay and Manjiri Joshi to join us, and we can then take this live ahead. In the meanwhile, you can follow them at Maya Care Services on Instagram. I am going to pin the comment, and there we are. We have them with us. So I'm just going to take them on live right now. And without wasting too much time, I'm going to add them to the live. I'm going to pin the comment also, so for anyone who's coming in, they know that we are in conversation with them. Hi Maya, hi Abhay, hi Manjiri. Thank you so much for
Hi,
joining.
Dimple.
Hi, Dimple. You're welcome.
Pleasure to be here.
Same here. So for everyone who's joining us in right now, we are in conversation with Abhay and Manjiri of Maya Care Services. They are an NGO. They have an NGO that's called the Maya Care Services that works for senior citizens, and they've been in this for over 11 years. So without taking too much time, I would love to hear about this whole journey from y'all, rather than me doing a lot of talking and telling people about it.
Okay, thank you. Would you like to make a start?
Yeah. So thanks for having us. To put it in very, very brief, what we do at Maya Care Services, we launched in 2009. Okay. We are present, our services are present in 11 cities of India. Okay. And recently, just 4 months ago, we launched in the UK, and we are present in 3 cities of UK. Okay. And when we say we're present, what we have is that we provide absolutely free services to senior citizens. Okay. Either living in their own homes or living in care homes, retired living, wherever they are. Right. That doesn't matter. Right. It doesn't matter who they are, what financial, religious, whichever background they are. Correct. And through that, we provide 60 to 90-minute visits. Okay. For senior citizens. So our representatives go to where they are. And during those visits, we do what their children or loved ones would have done for them if they were with them.
True.
So there are, again, to clarify what are the things we do, there are just three things we don't do,
Okay.
which is we don't provide any emergency, no IR nursing, that kind of service, and no domestic cooking, cleaning kind of work.
Right.
But apart from this, everything, right from bringing a Ganpati idol home to taking them to wherever they want to go, to taking them for a radiotherapy, chemotherapy session, sitting outside ICU, playing chess with them, writing books for them if they have an issue with their eyesight or whatever else. So whatever else needs to be done, we do. So that's our service.
That is so fabulous. And I believe it's so important in today's world to give back to society. Whatever we've inherited from society. Thank you so much for everyone who's joining us. We are in conversation with Abhay and Manjiri of Maya Care Services, which is an NGO that works for only senior citizens. You've just heard it for them. They do so many different things that their kids or their relatives would have done, but it's not possible now. But Maya Care Services makes it possible. I would also like to hear it from you, Abhay, that during this lockdown you all actually came up with a lot of digital training for the senior citizens. And when I heard about it, I was completely taken aback and I was in awe of this concept. Please tell us, how did this whole thing materialize for you all?
Yeah, so thanks, Dimple. So yes, it's right. With the lockdown, something which is unprecedented was unprecedented and totally unplanned for us. Something which we had not done before, and we had to literally think through the basics to see how we connect with the senior citizens or continue to connect with the senior citizens, because the whole idea is their loneliness, which is where the problems begin, right? To overcome that. And we then decided that we should make sure that our representatives keep in touch with the respective senior citizens.
Right.
To begin with, just by a phone call.
Okay.
Every 2 days or 3 days, they would just give them a call to find out if they are, if everything is okay for them, if they need something. Later on, we slowly moved into doing a WhatsApp video call.
Okay.
To make sure that they are having some sort of visual contact with our representatives, and that became much more effective.
Right.
Now, as we speak, in about an hour's around about in hour's time, we have organized a training session for the senior citizens.
Right.
Again, this is all free of cost, where our younger volunteers, I would say, are going to train the senior citizens to use Zoom.
Correct.
Just the basic stuff in terms of this technology, which has also come up very new, so that they can be then independently able to use it to communicate, to be in touch with their own sons and daughters and friends, etc. So so this has happened. Along with that, to increase the security of our senior citizens, we have also introduced, about a month and a half back, we have introduced digital ID cards for our representatives. So whenever our representatives now go to visit, they have their digital ID cards on their mobile rather than the physical card. That improves our situation, because we can then control if the person leaves the organization or has taken a break from the organization for a few months because the representative is not available. Then we can take a control on that to make sure that it doesn't get misused.
Right. Yeah. That's just fabulous. We have some comments pouring in, that you have lots of hearts coming in, and Reshma says that she remembers you from school, Manjiri, which is great, and she finds this very, very interesting. I personally find it amazing, because what I also know is that y'all do not charge any money for these workshops, and y'all are actually imparting free education to the senior citizens, which is such a great cause as well. So tell us, tell us more about, how you've been at the forefront. How are y'all managing, with not really charging, workshop fees, but y'all have got a lot of volunteers who are helping out. If people want to reach out to you to volunteer, how could they do it? Just a little bit all about it.
Yeah, you go.
Right. So I thanks Reshma. Great to see her as well. And I'm both of us are from Pune, so I'm sure we'll find some like-minded people on Instagram. Yeah. Yes. So coming to how you can help and how our, it's a collective effort. We have still, in the past 11 months, we have provided over 10,000 plus visits to senior citizens like this. And obviously, we couldn't have done it, ourselves. Definitely, we couldn't. So we have a large Maya Care family. So the Maya Care family is, of course, my own mother, who's still very much in Pune, Dr. Vidya Gokhale. So she lives in Pune and she's 79 and she's been extremely active, along with Abhay and her for the past, very long time. We have a bunch of senior citizens themselves who are our representatives, and because they love the fact that they are maybe between 60 and 70. Our oldest is 84. Our oldest volunteer is 84. Our youngest is 18.
Really?
So, yes.
That's fabulous. That is really
yes.
fabulous.
So given this whole range of people, it really depends on what is it that they can offer and what they can do. So like you saw, an 18-year-old will be great at offering gadget support, shooting a video, putting something live on YouTube, and things like that, the kind of services we provide there. Teaching the gadget, and the older ones a lot of times would offer what we call emotional and intellectual support. Just play chess with them, read to them, converse with them, just sit by their bedside when they're bedridden, and all kinds of services. That's their companionship. So this is one set of individuals we have. The other set of individuals we have are persons with disability. And a group we are extremely proud of, because they've come a long way, and their tribe continues to increase in the Maya Care family. And it can be anybody from somebody who's had an accident and cannot do what they used to be able to do before, to somebody who was born with cerebral palsy or polio. So we have this range of people. They do whatever work possible for them, right from database maintenance to actually speaking on the phone or whatever. So and we've looked for these people actively. It didn't just happen. We are actively looking for more people like that, because we also personally mentor them. And it's not about just getting someone to actually mentoring them to go up the value chain and learn more skills. So this is the second set of individuals we have, and we have a young bunch of interns who are either between careers or students or waiting for something else. And this is the bunch that Abhay is talking about, who work on a paid internship program. It's not much, because all of this is funded through Abhay and my salary mainly over the years, but we have some lovely people who have come forward to give small donations to start with, just to support us, just appreciate what we're doing. So, you can be associated in any of these ways. How to reach out? It's on the website, mayacare.org, and service@mayacare.org is the best way. There are also helplines which are on the website.
And the Facebook,
and of course,
and the Facebook page as well. LinkedIn.
Or through you now, Dimple. Now you are a champion for us.
So we are in conversation with Abhay and Manjiri of Maya Care Services. They are the founders of an NGO that supports senior citizens, and I think they're really doing a great cause, which is giving back to society. We have Deepika who says that this is a noble deed indeed. I totally agree with you, Deepika. I also believe that the fact that you mentioned that, a lot of the money that you're pumping into Maya Care Services also comes from your own personal salary, goes to show how passionate you all are about, giving back to society. And, I think this is really interesting, because not a lot of people actually go out and volunteer to help senior citizens. We've seen a lot of NGOs working for kids. We've seen NGOs for cancer patients. We've seen NGOs for so many different causes. But this is the first time I've actually seen someone actually doing it for senior citizens. So tell us much more about this. How did this idea come to y'all? How did y'all actually start it? And, of course, they say small steps make it into one giant leap. Tell us the whole process, because everyone here wants to know about it. They're already so inspired by the great work that y'all are doing in India and, of course, recently in UK.
Yeah, so just to address your first point regarding the interest in senior citizens, you're absolutely spot on that. And we realized that quite initially, when we were trying to get young people to get into this, the level of interest was different. So what we have done since then is that we segregate the type of work to be given to the right person.
Okay.
So as Manjiri mentioned earlier, a young intern would be given mainly work related to technology.
Correct.
Unless they specifically say that they would like to work with senior citizens, while our senior representatives, they are able to connect well with the senior citizens, and that works very well. So that is the first bit. Now, in terms of, do you want to take the next one?
Yeah. So in terms of how we started, okay. So is everybody asked us that, what made you start? Because we want to start this, and we've been wanting to start this. I said you're absolutely spot on that even whether you look at CSR funds, you look at donations, you look at people who generally want to do something for society, we see a lot of interest in young people. It's most natural because you want to see the person grow and do well in their careers. But unfortunately, our cause is not really glamorous. The way we describe it, it's not a glamorous cause. Simply because the end of the service is with the person passing away. And so it's a very difficult thing for anyone to digest, saying that I did so much and now it's over. For anybody who might want to come with us and volunteer, but the great news is that you're seeing so much love today on Instagram, and we for 11 years have survived on this very goodwill and love, because when people there have been numerous stories which we can get into where the last words of a person have not been for their own children, grandchildren, relatives, but for Maya Care. And so there is no way to describe this in words. There is no way to definitely quantify the kind of goodwill this generates. And look at it like this: if there's somebody with suffering from loneliness, and then now that goes to dementia, it goes to so mental health issues we're talking about. We're looking at Parkinson's or whatever else. What can you do? Because these were people who were extremely productive during a better part of their lives, either looking after their children, bringing up children, or doing some work outside the house. But they have led extremely productive lives, and today it's a lonely place to be in, where you wake up in the morning and you don't really have this Instagram interview, or you don't really have a sense of purpose. What are you going to do next? Because the rest of us have just sort of waded through, the COVID issues, saying, okay, now we'll go on social media, now we'll do Zoom, now we'll do something else. But what are they supposed to do?
Very true.
What are they supposed to do when their life has completely changed? And even when they thrived on family and, extended family and getting together. And before I end this answer, a very quick thing I'll tell you is that one of the wonderful things which happened during COVID was the fact that we could celebrate Raksha Bandhan, and a number of our volunteers, a number of our representatives went to the houses of senior citizens or helped them through Zoom to get brothers and sisters who are 80 plus together to just speak on video.
Wow, so beautiful, so beautiful.
Yeah. So, Dimple, one more thing to add based on the point that you asked earlier is what was the trigger? Yes, there were multiple triggers, but what we also felt was that our generation as children, our parents we have seen a big change in the social way in which the society is now. Say, it used to be like a joint family. We were all staying with our parents most of the part of our life. And that has changed because our professional requirements have changed. Even, not only being away from parents, being away from the country, but also within country. Children are unable to or may not be living with the parents just because of the professional reasons, even though they might want to. Even within the city, it may not be practically possible. So that was the gap which we identified, and the fact that there is no specific structure available within the country to support such a need, we said that we are needed then. That is where we need to fill up that gap. And yes, that was one of the major triggers, I would say.
That's amazing. We are in conversation with this fabulous duo, Abhay and Manjiri of Maya Care Services. They founded an NGO that is for only the senior citizens, and you can follow them on @mayacare.services. Like, follow, comment. You want to reach out to them, you want to volunteer, you want to be a part of them, you want to give a donation, please reach out to them, because I think they are involved in such a fabulous cause that's not very heard of. So let's together, make use of the social media support and the family that we've built to promote this beautiful cause. Because, I have to tell you all something very interesting. When I was talking to Manjiri, she mentioned, she mentioned something to me that instantly hit me, and I have to tell you what it was. when I was talking to her, she told me that they've realized that the generation that is going to, like her generation or the generation after her is actually going to become, when they become senior citizens, that's the time when they will actually realize that, you know, the nuclear family is going to hit on them. So why not start the cause now, so that it generates to a lot more people and the ripple effect comes through. And that's when it hit me that yes, this is so true, that we see people becoming a lot more ambitious, professional, but the whole concept of actually spending time, you know, with senior citizens or your, you know, whether it's your grandparents, the relatives, is kind of becoming less. So they together have put up this support group where they go and train, the senior citizens if they want to play piano, if they want to play a musical instrument. Some of them who wanted to sing, you'll have actually provided classes recently, the digital, you know, the digital training and all. And I feel this is such great work. Can you tell us a little more, like any certain experiences that you've had, you know, with these senior citizens that actually brightens your day? I'm sure it would be difficult to just pinpoint one, but anything that actually left you all spellbound.
Okay, so we'll talk about a music program. Okay, and this is a big learning for us. You know, through COVID, we all have assumptions that that happens. So we organized a small musical program, saying let's have along with a Rotary Club and a lovely lady called Anupama Ramteke. She sings, she has a group. So we did this a month ago, and we thought we just get senior citizens together, black and white movie, old songs. We'll get them a nice evening. Yeah, and I don't know if there are people on this group who are old enough to remember, but there used to be a Farmaish kind of program. In the past, the radio. Many years ago, there used to be like so and so from such a city has this song, and now we're going to play that. It was the old days of the radio. I think during our childhood, it is that long ago. So we did that kind of thing, and we were just overwhelmed. One of our young interns was managing the show, and she said, "I don't know how to manage this because they are sending so many requests and they have so much to say. And more than anything else, apart from the request, they want to sing themselves." Right, the senior citizens themselves are sending so many, enthusiastic numbers saying, "I can also sing." So it just got us sort of, amazed that there is so much talent and there's so much enthusiasm. So we had to sort of quell that. We said, okay, this time let the singers sing. But on the 6th of December, we have a unique program where, again, it's a bit of a struggle to manage because there are so many people and I want to sing so much. So we've given 3 minutes each, and there's senior citizens, they're just going to sing themselves one evening, 6th December.
So this is I think this is a fabulous idea where, like what you mentioned, they kind of lost their purpose, and this is actually bringing, reviving them at some point, like some joy, some passion towards, like coming back to life and finding a purpose. From all of us out there, I would definitely like to say a big thank you, because you guys are doing such great work, and we have lots of hearts, likes, comments pouring in. We have Aman who mentioned you guys are doing a fabulous job. We have Reshma sending you lots of hearts, waves, and people just, pouring in so much love for y'all that honestly right now I am overwhelmed as well. So for all of us who are joining us in right now, we are in conversation with Abhay and Manjiri of Maya Care Services. Like I mentioned, they are an NGO that runs only for senior citizens. So if you guys want to contribute, volunteer in India or in UK, definitely you can contact them. Your technical expertise, you wanting to go and give emotional support to someone, or let me tell you something, if you feel you have lost certain direction or you do not have purpose, you can join this organization and find love, just like the way we're listening to small stories and getting overwhelmed. Back to y'all. So I want to know from you, Abhay, how do y'all manage your personal, your personal life, your professional life, and then Maya Care Services, and y'all are at it, like anyone's messaging, y'all are replying, y'all are just at it, and like you mentioned, completely digitalized during the lockdown, so it's always like on the move. So tell us, how did you do that?
Yeah, I mean, again, it is about the skill sets that I have and what Manjiri has. So we
Okay.
like I'm passionate about technology, so anything to do with technology, I will do. And then
Okay.
because I'm passionate, time doesn't matter. So I manage my
Right.
professional bits as needed, as well as I put in extra hours, whatever are needed for doing this.
Okay. Okay.
But I mean, to be very frank, we have such a fabulous team.
Right.
They are so passionate. They are individually passionate as well, our
Okay.
representatives, our interns, that with some guidance given to them,
Okay.
they start running. They start doing things on their own, and that is we are very fortunate to have that bunch of people working with us for the say for this cause. So yes, it's about balancing the time, and both of us, Manjiri and I believe that if you want to really do something,
Yeah.
you will not have an excuse for not doing it.
Very
Time
true.
won't be an excuse.
Very
Yeah,
true. Very
so
well said.
it happens.
Right. So you definitely are going to take a tip back from Abhay that says if you want to do it, you will do it. If you want to be the change, live the change, and set an example, just like Abhay and Manjari from Maya Care Services have done. I definitely would like to take this opportunity to thank a common friend of ours, Shabnam Bhojwani, who actually connected us. So a huge thank you to her. And we have Vineet who mentions Dimple, Manjri, and Abhay. You folks are an amazing team. All the best. Thank you so much. If anyone from the audience has any questions for Abhay or Manjri, please drop them in. We're open to a Q&A section right now, so they will be happy to answer the questions for you. If you want to volunteer with them, if you want to donate to them, you want to just reach out to them and get to know more, please follow them on mayacare.services, or you can go onto their website and read all about them. It's www.mayacareservices.in. They are in India, expanded to UK. And I'd like to ask you, are you planning to expand into other countries as well?
Right. So,
Yeah, you
yeah.
go ahead.
Shabnam, I think you have mentioned,
So Dimple.
sorry, Dimple, you have mentioned number of times about volunteering, but I think this is a very active group, and I would like to appeal to them on behalf of Abhay and me on one more count, which I
Okay.
think there is a great skill set which exists among the listeners today,
Okay.
and that is your ability to handle social media, your ability to connect with other people, and
Yes.
simply share.
Right.
You will not believe it, but the kind of champions we have range from you to a lot of people who say, okay, we can't do anything else for you right now, but we will help you connect with other people like Dimple, who will give the opportunity to connect with more people.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's, one area. Or others say, okay, right now in my career, all I can do is I use 4 kinds of social media. Let me just share things about you.
True. True.
And actively reach out every time you have a music event, tech event, or
Yes.
anything else.
Right.
And that's a huge help because that's how we have reached 11 cities in India. We have
Yes.
reached 3 cities in UK. We
Right.
have some requests from the UAE where, we have a supporters group now in several countries where people are saying, okay, Switzerland, we're speaking at a Switzerland event in the
Okay.
next 2 weeks. People are
Okay.
saying, okay, let's see what we can do here.
Right.
So effectively, our long-term vision, I'll outline in two sentences. One is to be first short-term vision is to be present in every city of India.
Okay.
And this dream is mainly because when people reach out to us and saying, "Are you present in Kolkata, for instance, or
Right.
Belgaum?" Where we're not right now, and saying, "Help us,
Correct.
help us reach the people we can trust." Because if we can't trust people, we cannot start Maya.
Yeah.
We
True.
need to, we need the people we can trust. So that's
Right.
one. Second is across the world. It's a really long-term dream. It's not easy, especially because establishing in every country also means systems, processes, apart from the financial input which we have to give
Regulations.
and the regulations and
Right.
following the rules of the land, which we always do. So
Correct.
that's, definitely we want to do that. And third and most important, because this group you have here is full of people with, high levels of education,
Yes.
doing great stuff in their own lives, is that we are looking at establishing a team. We need
Okay.
a leadership team within Maya Care. Right now, we just don't have the finances to pay for the team or build
Correct.
that team. But right now, what we are attempting to do is build the backbone of people with persons with disability, have an extended bunch of people who are young, who
Okay.
are, doing things which are, on the go project wise,
Yeah.
and a very strong and stable bunch of volunteers. So effectively, if you have any professional skills, maybe offer a free Excel training program or, whatever else it is, you reach us in that way or say that, okay, let me finance, or let me find you the finances to do just this. Because
Correct.
the long-term dream really is to have Maya Care exist much beyond us. Like you asked about our personal lives, we have been in professions and been in salaries all these years, which is why it's been happening. And it's always been a struggle. Sometimes Abhay gives more time to Maya Care. My mother's given a lot of time. For the past 3 years, when I was based in India, I was leading an organization where I could not give time to Maya Care because of my own professional commitment and all of that. So it's been back and forth on what we do, but this cannot continue. We are hoping to establish something which is way beyond us. We are not important to Maya Care, and it just moves ahead without us.
True. So it's more like setting a foundation which, whether y'all are there or not there, the legacy still continues.
Right.
Absolutely.
We are in conversation with Abhay and Manjiri of Maya Care Services, and their vision is so beautiful that I'd really urge all of you watching this IGTV now, later on, from anywhere in this world, to reach out to them in whatever little way you think you can contribute, whether it's on the professional front, it's on the volunteering front, or it's just giving, like she mentioned, give Excel training or anything that you think you can contribute to. Let's please get together, like, share, comment, and reach out to a lot more people so that we can help the senior citizens of our country in UK and globally. I am going to take some comments that people have put up before we sign out. Vineet says sharing is caring, and would do whatever I can to spread the word. That is great, Vineet. Thank you so much. You can definitely connect to them through their Instagram account. We have Reshma also say, thank you for hosting this. Dimple would have not known about them. Will follow and let others know. Thank you so much, Reshma. Yes, let's really go out there, let people know, follow them, get to know more about them, and more importantly, be a part in some way to help them, contribute back to society. Thank you so much, Manjiri and Abhay, for, removing time. I know you'll have a training coming up, and, it's just been very sweet of you on an early Tuesday morning to just, on an early Monday morning to just come out there, share your vision with all of us over here about Maya Care Services. It's been such a pleasure to have you all. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Dimple, and thank you, everyone. I really look forward to engaging with whoever's listening.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too. Bye.
Bye. So with this, we come to an end of my Diwali Fiesta edition, episode 9. The reason I chose to keep this towards the end is because it's very important that together we all give back to society. And Diwali is not only about, dressing up, going out, meeting people, but it is also contributing and giving joy to other people who would not get a chance to live what we could. So in a small way, if we all can contribute through volunteering for them also, it will be great. Thank you so much, Deepika, for your comment. God bless you all. I think we together can really make a change, especially through social media. So thank you, Winnie, for that lovely comment. Thanks, Dimple. That was very impactful. You are amazing. Thank you so much. I'm going to sign out now. So please share this IGTV with a lot of more people so that we can spread the word out for our senior citizens. Thank you so much and have a great week ahead.